Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ideanthro. Coming to you again today from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. We have a guest with us today, Floris. Let's start with this first. I'm not going to even try and butcher your last name. How do I say your last name?
Bogart.
Okay, Bogart.
Very good.
Okay. It's okay for an Aussie, right? So where we are today, we are at a water square in Rotterdam. And we're going to have a little bit of a talk about what that is, why they're going in here. And I like it because this is, we see lots of flood detention in Australia. We don't see so much flood detention done nicely into the landscape.
Yeah.
So why don't you take it away? Why don't you tell us a little bit about what are the water squares?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the water squares are basically since a couple of years. It started all in Rotterdam, so that's why we're here. This is the Bellamy Plain. It's a bit of a smaller water square, and basically it's being used by children that can play here, or people can sit here like we are doing. So, so it's used as public space, but also as water retention at severe stormwater events.
Yeah, which I seem to have bought one of them with me.
Exactly,
today, because you've never actually seen a water square with water in it before.
No. So this is my first time as well. So I'm quite happy.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're soaked. So it was a heavy rain that caused this, but really happy.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So the concept's been around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
You're seeing them this one's in a park, but some of them are in more city centre sort of locations as well.
Urban dense areas. Yeah, Rotterdam started. A lot of municipalities in the Netherlands are basically copying it or optimizing it, whatever you want to call it, and doing a lot of research as well.
Okay.
Because there's still some questions if people like it, because there are a lot of people in the urban area, of course, that use this space. And what kind of detention we could tolerate in the Netherlands. So I've done some research at other places like Den Bosch, Eikendom-Donkplein is a very good example.
Okay.
We've done some research. We can show some stuff
sure.
on the video as well. And now they're popping up all around the Netherlands, which is quite interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, the context here is similar to the video that a couple of episodes ago that I filmed with Lotta from Amsterdam Rainproof, where the driver for all this water sensitive urban design stuff or rainproof stuff or SUD stuff in the Netherlands, it's flooding, right? It's the fact that it's a low-lying country. The land is it's reclaimed land, it's below sea level, and with a changing climate and more intense rainfall events. The drainage system isn't up to scratch. So a lot of this stuff's been driven by that flooding side of things. So anything that we can store and capture and either release slowly or infiltrate is a good thing. Something I wanted to point out that I noticed here is a nice little, I'm not sure whether it's meant to have a functional feature or more of like an aesthetic feature, but you might be able to pick up, I have to show a cutaway to a shot here, that the water I think is meant to, obviously it comes in over that direction to the square, and then it seems like it's meant to circle round in a small event anyway, clockwise through here, stepping down through some slightly lower levels. It just seems like it's a nice little feature. It's really subtle. I don't think you'd pick that up if you were here in the dry, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And the compartments with different levels is basically that people can still use the square even if there's a water event here. So as you can see here, you normally wouldn't use this.
Yep.
Or maybe for swimming if it goes a bit longer, but that's not the aim, of course.
Yep.
So you have different levels on that, and it's quite playfully as well.
Which would be even more important if this was like a civic space. So we're actually in a pretty big park here, right? So if it was raining, it'd be more likely someone could just use the rest of the park or sit here.
True.
But if this was in a more civic location where it took up more most of the entire park area, then that could actually be quite important, because you might still have 50% of the park that was usable in a moderate rainfall event like we just had, and it'd only be a big rainfall event.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I like that.
And we're gonna, after this, if we have time, we go to Bentonplein, which is bigger.
Yep.
That's basically the example that you could see the different apartments. You could see more clearly.
Yep. Now you mentioned to me off camera that it's not just the Netherlands doing this sort of stuff. There's also Sweden and
Sweden and Malmo. They're public spaces that have been used for detention. They look a bit different. Of course, Potsdamerplatz in Berlin could be one of them as well.
Okay.
And it depends. There are green areas as well that have been used for floodings quite some time.
Yep.
Even swales or parks that are being flooded.
Yep.
But this is really construction-wise thing you can use. So and it's actually the symbol of Rotterdam now of resilience.
It's
for
what
climate.
everyone,
Yeah.
it's what everyone they mention Rotterdam to me while I've been over here. It's, have you seen a water square? No, not yet. Someone take me. The last thing I want to touch on here is, and so this is me with my Australian hat on and our legal system and risk adverseness.
Yeah.
It just I continue to be amazed everywhere I go in the Netherlands that, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, I think it's a good thing, but that no one seems to be concerned about like drops and ledges. Like there is no way in Australia that ledge over there would not have a fence on top of it.
Yeah.
And even more so that it fell into this water here. Like, do you have any reflections on, like, is there something culturally about the Netherlands? I mean, obviously there's all the canals that you can drive a car into. Is there something culturally about why it's acceptable? Or?
Yeah, because I know where you come from in the UK as well. This would never happen, or there would be signs up or fences.
Because the only sign is a really nice subtle depth sign over there, which is lovely. It's really good.
Yeah. Basically, for what are sensible urban design, we have some guidelines in the Netherlands, and of course, dangerous areas. Well, drowning is one aspect, of course. So mostly that's one of the reasons that we have different levels as well, so people could easily climb out. Yeah,
because exactly, you can go that way, you can go that way.
So even with swales as well, most of the swales are just 30 centimeters. That's for that reason. And they have a gradually slope, like 1, 2, 3, so it will be easy to climb out. So that there's a lot of precaution. Of course, this is a different thing, but I think historically in the Netherlands we have a lot of canals, which are basically the same. So if you would have it there, what would be the problem here? Exactly. And of course, well, we have everybody can swim. It's compulsory at younger age. So there's a lot of precaution and a lot of information about the dangers.
There's so much water in the landscape. I mean, even for an Australian, that makes sense. I mean, it's not compulsory to learn to swim in Australia, but it's just a done thing. It's the beaches, so that's all good. I'm slowly trying to piece this together over time because I'd like to see that, like that crazily risk-adverse culture in Australia change a little over time. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good to think about this stuff. It's good to think about safety and everything. But the extremes of the reactionary, like, oh my goodness, there's a drop, put a fence on a thing. I'd like to see that change. So I'm just slowly trying to collect information about other countries. Maybe there's something we can do about it in the future. So okay. Anything else we should touch off on here, or is that pretty good?
Well, I think we got it.
I reckon we're
gonna get some rain.
Yeah,
and
we got
maybe
really lucky with the weather. Let's call it there before we get rained on. Let's put that camera away. Cool, Floris. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
So, Floris, how long was it since we stopped filming that started raining?
A couple of seconds.